a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting boost is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. Me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. You know, there's nothing really at stake with fighting Boots. You know, I'm at the tail end of my career, and I'm trying to make things make sense. Not taking anything away from Boots, but, you know, where I am at in my career right now, I didn't fall my ass off to get to where I am. And I deserve to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I don't care what nobody say, what nobody, how anybody feel, or any of that. You know, fuck them.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. The only way for me to come back is his ego valley. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Subscribe to the channel for the best in the business, and it's not even close. I show y'all that separation, hard work, dedication. Now, I gotta talk about it. I post this on my social media. Make sure you follow me there, at Boxingego on Twitter, at Boxingego1 on Instagram. And I want to start with that tweet that I put out where I said, no bull-ish. Who do the Bud Buddies want to see Terence Crawford fight? LOL. They say Errol Spence Jr. doesn't deserve a rematch. Bud said that Charlo lost to Canelo, so he's out. They are saying that Jaron Ennis brings nothing to the table, despite him now being an IBF champion. Bud also said he'll never fight Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia because they didn't give him an opportunity when he was with Top Rank when he first moved up. So who? That is an honest question. Now, I know I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. I know I pioneered this game. A lot of people want to think like me, put out videos like me, and, you know, bring up what they think is valid points, but I don't see the argument that a lot of people are making. Terence Crawford is a terrific fighter. He should very well be on the pound for pound list, highly skilled, has a mean streak. I mean, I could say nice things all day about his fighting style and stance. Tricky, has the will. You know, he has the components of a champion. You know, I don't think anyone's really doubted that. But that's an honest question. You know, because a lot of times I notice the Bud Buddies, when you ask these questions, it's just a question. They get all butthurt and mad. Oh, you're hating on Crawford and things like that. I don't care about none of that. None of that matters to me. Answer the question. And what is going to happen is a lot of people are going to agree with me, per usual. And then the usual suspects, the old media, the Bud Buddies, they're going to be in the comment section saying, oh, you're hating on Crawford and this doesn't make sense. You're capping. But they're not going to have an actual answer to what I'm asking. So let's start from the top. I put out the tweet. I really want to know, who do the Crawford fans want to see him fight? Like, truth be told. Because Terence Crawford said, oh yeah, I'm gonna take y'all down memory lane. Don't you worry about it. Terence Crawford said earlier this year, y'all created a whole term, quote, he on the wrong side of the street. When in boxing, have you ever heard somebody sit like that till I moved up? So he's basically playing this, like, you know, antagonist or whatever, and saying that the Cold War sides of the street were not a thing until he moved up in the welterweight division, which is cap. And I've already talked about that. Maybe I'll spend some time in this video talking about that. Furthermore, he goes on to say all these fighters that was claiming to be their own bosses was hiding behind the term #CallAl. Now they talking like they can fight whoever they want. Boy, y'all some pawns, go sit down. All right? So just remember these things. That's why I'm showing you. You gotta remember what I'm telling you. Finally, he got at Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. My, how the tables have turned. Danny Garcia, you and Keith Thurman will never, and I mean never, get a shot at the top dog, and that's me. Y'all didn't want to no smoke when I wanted to fight. Remember? Now y'all want to fight so bad. Ha ha ha. Go keep fighting each other like before. I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. So he's already ruling. I remember after Errol Spence lost definitively to Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman went on wax and said that he wanted to fight. Keith Thurman said he wanted to fight Terence Crawford. He said that was a great performance, yada, 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 Errol Spence. But one time Thurman is not Errol Spence. I'm athletic. I could keep up with you, boy. And I made a whole video about that, so you guys can check that on the channel. That I do know Keith Thurman, after the Errol Spence victory, called him out, right? Apparently, and I didn't see this personally, but I made a video about this. Danny Garcia, I made a video when Crawford released his tweet. Danny Garcia apparently said, like, he entertained fighting Crawford. And the response from Crawford was what you see on the screen, talking about, y'all, I'm not going to give you the fight. Never, never, never. Being petty, basically saying, ruling out Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. You didn't want to fight me when I was with Top Rank. So as a result, I'll never fight you. I'm the top dog. You'll never get an opportunity. This is what he said earlier this year after the Errol Spence fight. So 2 credible names, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, you've ruled out. Fast forward to the future. The IBF strips him because they don't see any way that he's going to fight against the long-time mandatory, Jaron Boots Ennis. And he's already been on public record. I showed you the clip at the beginning on the Breakfast Club where he says fighting Jaron Ennis is a lose-lose situation. That's what he said, right? So it leads me back to my tweet. Who do the Terence Crawford Bud Buddies want to see Crawford even fight? Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Terence himself ruled them out, says, you'll never get a shot at me. You didn't want to fight me when I was with Top Rank. And I'm not even going to spend too much time on that because I think that's stupid. The bottom line is, if they're names that you can make sellable fights with, why not? Second of all, nobody owed you anything when you were with Top Rank. And that's the thing I don't think Terence Crawford gets. It's Burger King and McDonald's. McDonald's, if they run out of buns and Burger King has buns, guess what? Burger King has buns. Burger King's not going to bail you out and send you buns because you didn't correctly, your inventory supply went out, or you didn't correctly order your inventory. They're going to be happy. They're going to rejoice in the fact that, you're losing sales because you can't fulfill orders and people have to come to Burger King. That's business. Terence Crawford keeps saying like, oh, the PBC guys and they were hiding behind the term call Al and all this stuff. Whatever. Beyond that, there's no hiding behind Al now that you're in a relationship partnership with the same people as Jaron Ennis and you're ruling out the fight, right? So I find it mighty hypocritical from Terence Crawford, the Bud Buddies and Team Crawford, that they keep saying that Crawford was not afforded these opportunities. Woe is me. When he was with Top Rank, the PBC guys weren't looking in his direction. And now you're doing the same thing to Jaron Ennis. You're saying, hey, there's never a side of the street until I moved up. So guess what? Jaron Ennis is in the same position that you claim to be in, where he's trying to call out the top dogs. Not just you. He's called out Errol Spence. He said, I'll reel the big fish in. He called out Terence Crawford. He's called out Keith Thurman and pressed for these fights. He says, Stanionis, give them to me. I'll fight any of these dudes. This is literally Jaron Ennis's energy. And now you're fronting him off saying, oh, I don't want to fight him because the fight makes no sense and he don't bring nothing to the table. And you see on the screen, Bomac, his trainer, co-signed this. He says, Crawford on Boots Ennis, quote, he don't bring nothing to the table. Terence is at the stage now where he can pick. So he wants to be picked. So he thinks he's Floyd Mayweather or Canelo. He can pick and choose. If he doesn't want to fight Boots because he doesn't bring nothing to the table, I am going to ride with it. And then, you know, Terence Crawford and his team, they keep acting like there's this crusade to not give him credit. Listen, you beat Errol Spence. Errol Spence turned up in whatever condition he was in. You beat him fair and square. But the reality is, in any sport, when you're great, which Crawford is great, people want to see you with the best. There's no getting around that. It's like Tom Brady got rings. Steph Curry got rings. People want to see Tom Brady make the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl or see how he performs in the Super Bowl against this team. Okay, go against Patrick Mahomes now. You already got rings. Same thing with Steph Curry. Okay, go against this team, play the Bucks, play the Lakers. It's just sports. But for some reason, it's like Terence Crawford's team, they feel Crawford has amassed so many accolades or milestones that he's above it all. Like, he doesn't have to continue to prove himself. Even me as a YouTuber, I don't know about other people. I can't speak for that, but I can speak for myself. I take my job very seriously. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. So I have to keep proving myself. All the great content that I've given you guys over the years and all the fights I've covered, all the milestones and, improvisation and, trends that I've set in this game and things that people have copied, I still have to keep proving myself. That doesn't change. And the moment you feel that you don't have to prove yourself anymore, I think you've lost or you should retire. So that's what I think for Terence Crawford. I really think if you feel you've reach Mount Everest and there's no more to climb, there's nothing else you can do, Jaron Ennis is meaningless, which we know is cap because you fought worse people than him before, right? You fought Mean Machine. Put Mean Machine in with Jaron Ennis and tell me how that play out, right? He couldn't even beat Virgil Ortiz either, and he got stopped in that fight. He's not beating Jaron Ennis, right? So you fought David Avocado and guys like that. I really want to know who the Crawford Bud Buddies even want him to fight, because I find it hypocritical. You really fronted on Keith Thurman and said, like, you'll never get a shot because you didn't give me a shot. And now you're doing that to the young up-and-comer of the moment who's undefeated. He has your belt. You're saying he brings nothing to the table. You could be 3X undisputed, by fighting. And see, this is the thing that's kind of bogus with you beat Errol Spence, but he did all the heavy lifting. This was one guy on one night, 36 minutes or less. He had all the belts for you. So in beating him, yes, you did become 2X undisputed, but it's not like you had to fight multiple people. Now that the IBF stripped you, that'd at least be a second person of note that people want to see you fight. And then you beat him and you would shut people up, And it's like Crawford's team they just want the Canelo and then right off to the sunset. They just want to handpick the fight they want because they've done so much. And that's just not the reality of it. At the end of the day, whether Crawford wants to hear this or not, I'm the consumer. You're the consumer. So it's really what the fans want. People are going to support what they want. They say, don't fight Errol Spence. The rematch is pointless. He'll just get his butt kicked again. Don't fight Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia because they played with you. And he also said he wouldn't fight against Jermell Charlo because Jermell Charlo looked bad versus Canelo. After the Canelo performance, he says, okay, y'all, I'm over Jermell Charlo. He's no longer on my hit list. He went out there and laid down and let Canelo spank him like he was his daddy with no type of resistance. Ha, ha, ha. So you've ruled out pretty much everybody. Boots, you say you no longer want to fight Jermell Charlo. You say you don't really want to fight Errol Spence, but you're contractually bound. Your fans are saying the Spence fight sucks and no one wants to see that. You don't want to fight Boots. You said you'll never fight Danny or Keith. I mean, it just sounds crazy. Why not retire if you have nothing left to prove or you feel you're not going to ever get credit? I mean, it's going to be an everlasting, as long as you're an active fighter, people are going to want to continue to see you prove yourself. I don't know why this is so offensive to Team Crawford. Floyd Mayweather, 44-0, 45-0, 46-0, 47-0. People still kept pushing it. Oh, fight Canelo. Okay, beat Canelo. Okay, fight Sergio Martinez. Okay, fight Triple G. I mean, it's a never-ending story, but that comes with the territory we unpacked. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.